Okay, we're here today with Herschel Turner. Herschel Turner is not only is he my friend, he's my mentor. When I was in high school, Herschel is the man who directed me to go to college. And not only did he talk about college, he talked about responsibility. His fraternity, Kappa Alpha Psi, was my fraternity of choice. And it was because he had gone to a school named after one of our founders, the founder, Elder Watson Diggs. And so I want Herschel to say something to the children that are going back to school this year and let you know that he is still with you in spirit and in prayer. Herschel, you have any things you want to say to the kids?
Yes, I would just like to say to our youngsters, it's much easier to do the right thing than doing the wrong thing. The right thing is going to take you forward. The wrong thing is going to stymie you,
Yes, sir.
where you are going to be limited in terms of appreciating and taking advantage of his life. And it's not long. Believe me, you might think it's long, but it's
Amen.
not.
No, it's not.
So it's best to be able to, when you're put in the ground, for that pastor to be able to say he did well.
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen. Herschel, I just have one more question for you. Everyone knows that one of the highlights of your careers was playing with with the great Oscar Robertson. Can you tell us or share with us just a little bit of what that was like playing with Oscar and later becoming one of the first black players to play in the Continental Basketball Association? What was that like?
Well, first of all, I did not play with Oscar. I played against Oscar
Oh, okay.
from the 8th grade on. Fortunate for me, Oscar was number 1 in the state and I was number 2. And I think about that quite a bit. When I was playing ball, they were limiting three black ball players to the team. So if you were on any team and you were black, that meant that you were a fairly decent ball player. And I came to Grand Rapids in 1963 after playing a year with the Harlem Globetrotters. That in terms was a good experience, but you are still responsible for yourself. You are still responsible to be a positive person. So people that watch you, see, more people know you than you know.
Right.
You've got to understand that. If you play before a group of 5,000 people, well, 5,000 people know you. They saw you. They witnessed you. And it's up to you to do the right thing.
Amen. Amen. That was great. And then Herschel, later on after your school days, you went on to play college basketball. And what was that experience like? And now, did you have any military? Weren't you in the military briefly?
6 months I was in the reserve, Army Reserve. Yeah.
Okay.
I was recruited by several teams, but I ended up going to the University of Nebraska.
Okay.
And people question that. How do you get from Indianapolis to Nebraska? But you know yourself, we're not in control. We think we are,
Right.
but we're not. So I took it as this is what God wanted me to do. And I'm in the Hall of Fame there. It's been a positive experience. It wasn't easy, but life itself is not easy. So we have to learn how to cope with whatever situation we are in. And I was able to cope. And had a lot of help. I had a roommate who was older than me, uh, gave me a lot of mentoring, wise mentoring. So I'm thankful for that.
Now, did Oscar go to University of Nebraska? What school did Oscar
No,
go
Oscar
to?
went to Cincinnati.
Oh, he was at University of Cincinnati.
Yes,
That's right.
right.
That's right.
Sure was.
Okay. And what year did you play at Kappa Alpha Psi?
1958.
Wow, I was 2 years old.
1958. Yeah, there was about 7 of us that went over, and some guys from oh my God, I think Omaha
Okay.
came down, and we had Charles McAfee, who's one of this country's top black architect.
Oh, okay.
His whole family, his girls, are carrying on his skills. So yeah, we band together and try to do the right thing. Although it wasn't easy, three or four black people on the campus of 14,000. It wasn't easy.
Wow. Did you have a chance to meet any of the founders of the original founders of Kappa Alpha Psi personally? And
Elder W. Diggs was my elementary school principal.
wow.
Yes,
Wow.
I knew him for what? Till I was probably the 3rd or 4th grade.
Okay.
I believe he died in 1949.
Wow.
And I witnessed distinguished black men coming and going in my elementary school with their top hats and with their suits. And Elder W. Diggs was, walking up and down the hallways telling us, be black and proud.
Wow.
So yeah,
Ain't that something?
I was
That is
fortunate enough
amazing.
to hear all that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm just so proud to be a part of your legacy because I am a product of your commitment here in the city of Grand Rapids. When I was in 10th grade and later on in the 11th grade, and I started just thinking about going to college, I remember going to Baxter Community Center on a daily basis because the counselors at the public schools were not giving the black kids the proper guidance that we should have been getting. They figured all we wanted to do was play basketball and football and run around and act crazy. But I had in my mind that I wanted to go to college, and I knew my parents didn't have the money. And I knew that scholarships and grants at that time were they only went to a few people. So I remember coming to you with some materials from McAllister College in Minnesota. And when I showed you the material that they had sent me from the admissions office, you may not remember this, but you made sure that I got them all the information back that they needed. And every day that I came to Baxter Community Center, you would ask me, have you been in contact with the admissions office? Did you finish up all your paperwork? Are you keeping your grades up? All of those things that you did, that these checks and these balances that you threw at me, I want to let you know that it created a fire in me that is still burning to this day.
Good.
I made it to college.
Good.
I got out of college. I went to the military. I was in the military for 4 years, and but pledging Kappa Alpha Psi while in college in 1976, and meeting Edward G. Irving. He was one of the 2 living founders at that time. Byron K. Armstrong was the other.
Okay.
And when I met him, I told him about you and told him why I chose Kappa Alpha Psi. So I just want to let you know, man, that I love you. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I know that God is still able to do miraculous things, regardless of what we say. God is still in charge of our lives. So
You better
thank you,
believe
Herschel.
that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.